William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.
It is 6:32, and this meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board of Directors is called to order. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes of the prior meeting. Any objections, corrections, revisions? Anybody wishes to propose? None. Seeing none, the minutes are entered as presented. The next order of business is general public comments. Our vice chair will read the general public. There you go.
Okay, public comments. General public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each DART board meeting for a total of 30 minutes. And again, at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who have signed up to speak. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. During the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own comments. Members of the public are reminded that their behavior during DART board meetings is governed by the DART Board Code of Conduct for Citizens, News Media, and Visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent and slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate when you can begin speaking. The yellow light indicates that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired.
Our first speaker is Mr. Richard Sheridan. Following Mr. Sheridan is Ms. Deborah Donnell.
Yes, good evening, DART Board.
Good evening.
Richard Sheridan, 11301 Dennis Road, Dallas, Texas. Here to speak about our public safety issues, facility and service issues, racism, etc., stopping DART's ridership growth. I answer yes. I think others would as well. I am a frequent DART rider. It's a little prop. Last couple, 3 years. I'm from New York City. I grew up with public transit. Thank God for public transit. 2013 saw the highest public transit use nationally in the last 57 years. Some cities which saw record ridership include Ann Arbor, Cleveland, Denver, Flagstaff, Fort Myers, Indianapolis, etc., in New York City. What were DART's ridership numbers for the same year? To quote the Morning News, public transportation use fell in North Texas last year, even as mass transit rides nationwide hit a record high. Another quote, of the 34 stations that were opened before the Green Line started 3 years ago, 15 are seeing fewer riders. And lastly, of the stations where use has grown since they opened, most serve no more people today or are lower than when they did 8 to 10 years ago. There's 16 items here. Won't be able to get through all of them. I picked out a few. I hope you read them all. A woman was recently stabbed at a downtown DART rail station, resulting in the downtown rail system being shut down during the morning commuter rush hour during a 2-hour investigation. Thousands of DART riders had to take bus shuttles from Victory Station, Union Station, and Pearl Station during this 2-hour period. Bathrooms at all non-downtown DART stations should be mandatory. The DART system in South Dallas has public bathrooms, but up north on the green, red, and blue line, there are no bathrooms. This is, there may be some minor corrections to that. This is a public health issue and a crime issue. I don't like going out in public. Not only is there one law maybe about not going in public, but there might be some kind of sexual deviancy law out there as well. That's not good. Young black men are ticketed and arrested on DART trains with many commuters uncomfortably looking on. Is this good for these young black men's future? 70% of all black youth in their lifetime will go to prison because their fathers went to prison. I don't see the time, by the way. I'm sorry. I gauge the time. There's no time. Okay. A DART ticket taker told me DART police management is reactive, not proactive. They let incidents happen, instead of having an effective program which results in reduced incidents. He said that there needs to be a major change in DART's police operating philosophy, or some person or people should be fired. I was told by another DART ticket taker that some out-of-town visitors tell her that they were too scared to walk through the West End station. And I'm not a racist, by the way. Most black, white, yellow, whatever color people are good people. But there's something going on in the West End station. That Newport cigarette seems to be code for things going on. May I finish the paragraph? Thank you. Our sum of all of the above issues keeping DART ridership and ridership growth well below where it should be. Today, DART is running in the red with only 10%, maybe a little bit different there, of its operating costs being covered by ridership. In the business world, this is called losing money or hemorrhaging or bankruptcy. Is DART's operating policy conducive to low driver morale and conducive to racial incidents on its buses and trains? As a DART rider and a speaker for other riders and many bus drivers and some ticket checkers and DART police officers, there are many good DART police officers out there, and a speaker for other riders, I please implore you to address these issues and others. The one issue that will limit DART's long-term ridership is racism. It's something you just can't get your arms around. It will take the U.S. government and state and city and county governments working with we the people to address and eliminate the underlying causes of racism and the attitudes of some people that avoid public transportation because they are racist. I thank you for your indulgence with the time. Appreciate it, and Happy New Year to you all.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ms. Deborah Donnell. Following Mrs. Donnell is Mr. David Heffley.
My name is Deborah Lynn Donnell. I was born in Dallas, and Happy New Year to all of you all. I have a comment about, there's too many people hanging at the West End station, and they need to change things around, make things look better, the buildings and stuff at the West End. And they need to cut out some things for the peoples because they're just taking over like animals. And I need more buses. And the bus drivers, they are very nice bus drivers. They work so hard. And the dog transit, they work hard too. And the train. And I just pray to God that things will get better for all of us. That we will come together and do what's right. And pull things together, like keeping it clean and stuff, and helping each other and fixing these stations up, painting them, and putting out new equipment and stuff like that. I just pray that things will get better for all of us. And I have another comment. Well, 2 months ago, I suppose that came last month, but I missed it. And the black lady that supposed to have been calling me about my money, that dog owed me more money, and she never did call me. And I would like to get the $12,000 that I asked for, and they haven't gave it to me yet. I need to talk to someone about giving me my money. I got hurt on dark bus, whether I went to the hospital or not. I'm sickly from all that. And I don't know whether I'm dying from it. All I know, I have pains in my head, my back, my body, my arm. And the black lady never did call me. And that's been 2 months ago. I was gonna come last month and have a comment, but I missed out by coming. And I don't think it's right. I done got hurt several times on dark bus, and I don't think it's right. Thank you.
Ms. Donnell, thank you.
Sir?
Thank you. We will ask, you will be called again. We will have somebody from DART call you.
To call me, but I know my number.
Well, you
I
wrote
got
a
a
number
new cell
down on,
phone number.
pardon me?
I have a new cell phone number.
You wrote a number down here when you signed up.
Oh, okay. And they
Okay.
gonna call me?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Our next speaker is Mr. David Heffley, and following Mr. Heffley is Ms. Lynn Hutchinson.
Hi, I'm David Heffley. Just because the first guy mentioned something, I'll mention this, that I was primarily responsible about a month ago for somebody being arrested down at the DFW stop, carrying a great big old machete about 15 inches long that morning. What I'm here today to speak about is on Christmas Eve morning, about 7:40, at the West End transfer station inside the bus station there, a little fellow who's been following me around town, threatening me and assaulting me again there in the station, sitting there on the seats. And I was sitting there for 2.5 hours, occasionally laying my head down, dozing. I woke up and I heard somebody sitting behind me facing the opposite way, making threats to somebody, what they were going to beat their head and kick them, this stuff. I looked around, it was that same guy. So once again, I picked up my trusty little video camera and started video recording him, and he assaulted me there. So I have that, and the police are prosecuting him. What I'm here to talk about is the poor or bad response from the personnel behind the windows there. And my first question is there a surveillance camera inside that station so that that could be obtained? And then what I want to say is that I immediately got up and called for somebody to call the police and went to the window, and there was a black woman and a black man working there that day. And the woman picked up the phone, acted like she was calling the police, and 5 or 10 minutes later, still no police. And I think all of y'all are pretty aware of the police presence there around the West End transfer station and rail stop, that there's police of every color and every stripe just saturated around there, but yet 5 or 10 minutes later, there's no police officer. And so after going outside and coming back in, somebody standing there said, well, why don't you call the police yourself, and pointed to the payphones, and those are only like the second, third payphones in the city that I've seen in the 2.5 months since I've been here. So I went over and dialed 911, and about a minute later, a DART officer was there. However, in between there, the person was allowed to just walk out, and when I followed him outside to keep an eye on him and continue video recording him and start hollering myself for police, the man who was working behind the window stepped outside and started saying inappropriate things to me that, you know, don't do this, go back inside, blah, 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 and don't be hollering, creating a disturbance. And I'm calling for help for the police, and I believe, and I can leave y'all the video or provide y'all the video, I believe on the video you'll hear him encouraging the person to run, to flee, which is absolutely unacceptable from anyone working in the DART system, to tell a suspect, a criminal, to go and flee before the police arrive. And in the video, you can see the person and his girlfriend heading down Pacific Street, running down the sidewalk to get away. So that's what I'm here to talk about. And I can leave the video. I got it on thumb drive also.
Yes, Mr. Bell, you're hiding back there. We're here to see Mr. Morris Bell. He's a fellow who stand up.
Okay. Thank you much. And there is a police report and everything.
And yes, Mr. Bell is the other way.
That's why I like to use initials. Hello, good people. I'm a former operator. It's about the DART trial board. All my evidence wasn't entered in. Information was misled. My witness wasn't called. When I tried to intervene, I was told not to intervene into the research itself. I also had I sent out a flyer saying, good morning, good people. This is 86962. DART said there was an accident on this route. The reason why I'm not driving. And I asked him to write to DART Transit Director Frank Jennings. Okay, well, nobody wrote to him. I got 3 copies of courtesy cards saying they don't recall the accident on their route because I was a regular route. Also, in the presence of the hearing of Mr. Frank Jennings, he threw my flyer in the trash in the presence of Kenneth Kirk, Thomas Hutchinson, and myself. I also spoke to Mr. Kelly. He reviewed my case, and his words was, I should have never been fired. Okay. Also, in the event that Mr. Jennings said I had a good record and I deserved a second chance. But for some reason, I don't know, which I was with DART 4 years, only missed 5 days. Okay. I'm trying to, and also I had, you have another operator with the same record as mine. His badge number was 11420, but yet he didn't get fired. So I just want somebody to look into this right here, because I got several recommendations from the public also. If y'all want to copy that too, you know, I don't mind giving it to you. I also have some copies of the person on 47 that they say they don't remember an accident on that day. So only thing I'm asking to do is I want to be reinstated back in. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. All right.
The next speaker is Kelly Yarborough. Kelly Yarborough. Next speaker then is Ms. Geraldine McDaniel. Kelly Yarborough, are you here?
Good afternoon, the DART board and whoever concerns. I won't be long. I'm just trying to confirm some issues. The last time I was here, I had asked for some benches because I had said that I can't stand very long at the bus stops no more. And they did part of them, but they haven't did them all. It wasn't about 4 or 5. And I understood that Mr. Thomas and Ms. Fay had said it was okay to go forward, but we haven't finished it. And I have to try to, I don't like sitting on no ground. And you know, you treat people like you want to be treated. I have tried to find a something to try to sit on the curb and all that stuff. That's not. And so I want to move forward for this new year. I'm trying to think positive. I've always tried to help DART in any way I can. And a lot of things I do, y'all not even aware of. And I also backs the bus drivers whenever it's an issue. Y'all didn't know that. And when the bus driver has a problem, a lot of time I say, I'm a part of DART. And we ain't gonna have this. And so, I do a lot of things behind the scene you don't know. But I just want to, get and also last time I mentioned Mr. Tim Newby, I don't know, I saw him earlier, but he was talking to someone. I had mentioned, he said he was going to try to take care of about those front seats where the handicapped sit, and it's no armrest. And you put the handicapped people up there, they can't move if something happens. And I like to fail myself out. The other day, a bus went to a halt, and I just could have hit that big old iron thing there, that big wheel up there, whatever that is, and could have hurt myself. And so, and I understand that y'all getting some more buses, but please don't have them like that. They need to take care of those up there, and that's a safety issue. So I just appreciate it if we could all work together and get along for this new year. And thank you very much. Y'all will see that I get.
Ms. McDaniel, about the seats, would you talk to Mr. Todd Plesko?
Who?
Mr. Todd Plesko? And
Where is?
Right there, he's waving at you.
Oh,
And if you'll tell him specifically which stop that is, that'll be helpful.
okay, thanks.
There are no further speakers, and the general public comments are closed. You wish to speak, sir? Okay. Did you complete a card? Did you complete a card? I don't have it. That doesn't mean you can't speak.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Melvin Clark. I'm the chairman and owner of a company called GW Peoples Contracting. We had the opportunity to work with your staff, both the executive staff with Mr. Anderson and Mr. McKay, and also with Mike Hubble, John Roan, and so many others who really made a difference to help us complete the DART CBD project. We are a minority-owned business. We are DBE, and we appreciate the way in which you guys worked with us. We appreciate the opportunity. We think that we can make a difference. If anybody got out and take a look at our workforce, we made certain that the workforce looked like the ridership. We made certain that we did have minority participation in our workforce, and also obviously in the ownership of the company. Thank you for the opportunity to work with DART, and we look forward to many, many more. Happy New Year to all of you.
Well, Happy New Year to you, and thank you for coming here this evening. And we thank you for your work. That was difficult timing and scheduling. I know that, and
well,
thank you for your efforts.
You know, we started out very difficult. It was a tough job, but again, Mr. McKay and Mr. Anderson indicated that they had a lot of faith and confidence that we can do the job, and we were very, very happy to do it, and I think we got better in the face of adversity. So again, we're going to make things happen for you, and we look forward to working with you again.
Thank you. Would you see Ms. Hawkins? We just have some paperwork we need to fill out. Thank you very much. That concludes the public comment section. We have a few items that we have to vote on. Ms. Wilkins, the first comes out of your committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have item number 3, which is a contract award for grounds maintenance and vegetation control of DART-owned right-of-way, and I recommend that we approve this item.
Second.
All those in favor signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, please say no. Motion carries. Mr. Wageman, next item is from your committee.
Chairman Strauss, this item came to the Budget and Finance Committee, was approved unanimously after a briefing by Mr. Leininger. It came through the Committee of the Whole twice and is ready for action today by the full board. I move its approval.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, please say no. Motion carries. Mr. Velasco, can you do number 5?
Thank you, Chairman. This item went through the LGC ad hoc committee. It was approved unanimously, and it's approval to amend the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Bus System LGC FY 2015 annual budget to reflect the agreement between the DART Bus Service LGC, the City of Mesquite, and Star Transit for commuter bus service between DART, Longview Station, and the City of Mesquite. And at this time, I move for approval.
All those in favor signify so by saying yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion carries. Are there any further public comments? This meeting of the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board of Directors is adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
This is William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We love comments. If you don't like the way DART is handling things, lay it out for everyone to see. If you like or hate this video, tell us. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, tell us. We even love it when you call. Better yet, like or follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube and get instant notices of all our videos the moment